Welcome guys to my channel Radhika's Lessons. Let's begin with problem set 4 of ratio and proportion, page 77 of your textbook. Question 1. Select the appropriate alternative for the following questions. This is the question: if this is equal to this, then what will be the value of y? So this is, they have given us options A, B, C, D. So we need to solve this expression. 6 is to 5 y upon 20. So y is equal to 6 will go there. So 6 into 20, that is 120 upon 5, y is equal to 24. So option B is the answer. What is the ratio of 1 millimeter to 1 centimeter? So they have given us the options. Ratios have different units. Now these ratios have different units. So unless and until the units are not same, we have to change them to the same units. So 1 millimeter is equal to is to 1 centimeter, but 1 centimeter is equal to 10 millimeter. So this will be same, this 1 centimeter will be 10, so 1 is to 10. Option C is the answer. Third sub question: the ages of Jatin, Nitin and Mohsin are 16, 24 and 36 years respectively. What is the ratio of Nitin's age to Mohsin? So Nitin's age to Mohsin's ratio we have to find out. Jatin is 16, Nitin is 8, 24, Mohsin is 36. So ratio of Nitin's age to Mohsin. So Nitin's age is 24 is to 36. 24 upon 36. We'll reduce it to lowest form by dividing it with 12, which we have got 2 upon 3. Option B, 2 is to 3. Question 1. Question 4. 24 bananas were distributed between Shubham and Anil in the ratio 3 is to 5. Then how many bananas did Shubham get? Now here they have given us option. Let the common multiple be x. The ratio of bananas distributed is equal to 3 is to 5. That is 3x is to common ratio. Will multiply with the ratios. And 3x plus 5x, total bananas are 24. So 3 plus 5 is 8 and we'll get x is equal to 3. Shubham's ratio is 3x. So 3 into 3, x we have got 3. So 3 into 3 is equal to 9. Is the option D is the answer. What is mean proportion of 4 and 25? This means this is A and this is B. When A, B, C are in proportion, then B is known as mean proportion. So A upon B is equal to B upon C. B square is equal to AC, where A is equal to 4 and C is 25. Now B square is equal to AC, so B square is equal to 4 into A. We have got first term, this is A and this is C. So A into C, 4 into 25. B square is equal to root 4 into 25. B is equal to, the root is gone. So 2 square root of 4, square root of 5, here 25 is 5 and B is equal to 10, mean proportion is 10, option C. Question 2. For the following numbers, write the ratio of first number to the second in the reduced form. That is the lowest form. So 21 upon 48 divided by 3, we get 7 is to 16 reduced form. 36 upon 90, we divided by 18 to get the lowest form, 2 is to 5. 65, 117 is divisible both numerator and denominator by 13. So we get 5 upon 9 reduced form. 138 upon 161 is divisible by 23, both numerator and denominator. So 6 upon 7, 6 is to 7. Or we can find the HCF of 138, and supposing if it is a bigger number, then you can find HCF of the two numbers, you will get 23. So then you will understand that both numerator and denominator are to be divided by 23. So 114 and 133, that is divisible by 19. So the reduced form is 6:7. Write the following ratios in reduced form. Radius to the diameter of a circle. Now ratio of radius and the diameter of the circle. So radius of the circle is r, diameter of the circle is d, but d we can write it as 2r because 2 radii make 1 diameter. So radius upon diameter is equal to r upon 2r, which is equal to 1 upon 2. The ratio is 1:2. Now question 3, sub question 2. The ratio of diagonal to the length of a rectangle having length 4 and breadth 3 centimeter. Now length of rectangle is 4 centimeter, breadth is 3 centimeter. Diagonal of rectangle will be, now you know it is a rectangle, so if you draw a diagonal it becomes a hypotenuse. So according to Pythagoras theorem, root L square plus breadth square. So L is 4 and breadth is 3. So 4 square is 69, 25. Diagonal is 5 centimeter. So ratio of diagonal to the length of rectangle, diagonal is to length 5:4. Third sub question. The ratio of perimeter to area of square having side 4 centimeter. Now perimeter to area. Now both these are squares. So same square. So perimeter upon area. So side, first we have to find out perimeter as well as area. Side of the square is equal to 4 centimeter. Perimeter of square is equal to 4 into side. Adding length of all the 4 sides of the square is called the perimeter. So 4, as it has 4 same sides, so 4 into length of the side, 4 into 4 is equal to 16. So area of the square is equal to side into side. So 4 into 4, that is 16 centimeter square. Whenever there is the word area, the answer what you get is always in square, because we make squares of it, that particular flat area. So ratio of perimeter to area of a square is equal to 16:16, that is 1:1. Question 4, check out whether the following numbers are in continued proportion. So 2, 4 and 8, this is A, this is B and this is C. Let A is B2, B is 4 and C is 8. In continued proportion, what it is, we know the expression B square is equal to AC. So B square, we consider this as B, so 4 square, and this is A and C. So 2 into 8, 16 is equal to 16. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. This means 2, 4 and 8 are in continued proportion. Question 4, sub question 2, 1, 2 and 3, A, B and C. So B square is equal to AC. Substitute B with 2 square, A is 1, C is 3. So 2 square is 4 is not equal to 3. So B square is not equal to AC. So the numbers are not in continued proportion. 9, 12, 16, B square is equal to AC, 12 square, 9 into 16, 144. Left hand side is equal to right hand side, B square is equal to AC. Therefore, they are in continued proportion. Sub question 4, 3, 5, 8, A is 3, B is 5 and C is 8. B square is equal to AC, 5 square is equal to 3 into 8. But 25 square is not equal to 24. So, they are not in continued proportion. Question 5, A, B, C are in continued proportion. If A is 3, B, C is 27, find B. We have to find B. They said that it is already in continued proportion. Only we have to find the middle term, that is mean proportion. So in continued proportion, B square is equal to AC. So B square is equal to A and C is given to us 3 and 27. Substitute here with A and C. So B square is equal to 81. B square is equal to, we can split this 81 as 9 into 9. Or square root of 81 is 9. So B is equal to 9. Question 6. Convert the following ratios into percentages. When we talk about percentage, the denominator always should be 100. So there will be many different methods of changing the denominator to 100. So 37 upon 500, whichever is easier to you, you can follow that. So here I am just showing you 500, we have to change it to 100. So numerator divide by 500 divided by 5 is 100. So numerator also is to be divided by 5. So 37 divided by 5 is 7.4 upon 100, which is equal to 7.4%. 5 upon 8. So 5 upon 8, 5 into 125, 8, because 8 into 125 is 1000. Now this 1000, then again we can divide it by 10 to change it to 100 denominator. So this we multiply, so 625. 625 divided by 1000, divide by 10 upon 10, gives us 62.5 upon 100. So percentage is 62.5. Now 22 upon 30, 22 upon 30 into 100 upon 100. We can cancel zeros, and then 220 upon 3 into 100 is 300. So now if we divide this 3 with 220, we get 73.3 upon 100, which is equal to 73.33%. Fourth question, 5 upon 16, 5 upon 16 into 100 upon 100, which is equal to, numerator will be 500, denominator will be 1600. So if I divide this 500 with 16, I am keeping 100 separate, so that the calculation is easy, just directly will get 100. So 500 divided by 16, I am getting 31.25, and upon 100. So 31.25 upon 100 is 31.25%. Question 6. Question 5, 144 upon 1200. 144, if we divide it by 12, we get 100. So 12 upon 100 is 12%. Question 7, write the ratios of first quantity to the second in the reduced form. So 1024 MB and 1.2 GB, gigabyte and megabyte. So 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 GB. So 1024 megabyte is equal to 1 gigabyte. So 1024 megabyte is to 1.2 gigabyte, different ratios, so you have to change it to the same. So 1 gigabyte is equal to 1.2. 1024 megabyte is 1 gigabyte, so we'll substitute this with 1 gigabyte is equal to 1.2. So 1 upon 1.2, this decimal if we remove, we can add up 0 here in the numerator, so it becomes 10 upon 12. 1 decimal place, so 10. If it is 2 decimal place, then 100 in the numerator. So 10 upon 12, reduce it to lowest form, it is 5:6. Subquestion 2, 17 rupees and 25 rupees 60 paise. The units should be same for the ratios, so we'll change this all to paise. 17 rupees, 25 rupees 60 paise. 17 into 100, because we know 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise. So 17 into 100 is 1700 paise. This is 25 rupees, 2500 paise plus 60 paise. 2560 paise, will add up paises and paises. So reduce it to the ratio 0 0 gone. So 170 upon 256, we divide it by 2, we get 85 upon 128. So 85 is to 128 is the answer. In question 7, question 3, 5 dozen and 120 units. Units means each part of it. So 5 dozen is a bundle. So 5 dozen and 120 units, they are different units, we have to bring them to the same units. So 1 dozen is equal to 12 units. So 5 multiplied by 12 is 60 and 120 units, 1 is to 2. Question 4, 4 square meter and 800 square centimeter. Again different units are there, square meter and square centimeter. So then we'll change it to, now 1 square meter is 10,000 square centimeter. So 4 into 10,000, and here it is 800 square centimeter. So 40,000 is to 800, 0 0 1, 400 is to 8. Now here we can reduce this to lowest form, we'll get 50 is to 1. Question 5, 1.5 kilogram to 2005, different units. Now kilograms and grams, so kilograms we will change it to grams. So 1.5 into 1000, because 1 kilogram is equal to 1000 gram. So 1.5 into 1000 will get 1500 is to 2500. 0 zeros gets cancelled. 15 is to 25. We can reduce, divide it by 5. 5 3s are 15, 5 5s are 25. So ratio is 3 is to 5. And come to question 8. If a upon b is equal to 2 upon 3, then find the values of the following expression. This. So 4 upon a plus 3 upon b upon 3b. A upon b is equal to 2 upon 3, it is given. So 4a upon 3b is equal to, now what are we doing is we are multiplying a upon b with 4a upon 3, because in the numerator there is 4 and denominator there is 3. So 4 into 2, a is what? 2 and b is what? 3. So 4 into 4, this will get 8 upon, this b is what? 3. So this will be 3 into 3, this will be 9. 3 these are 9, 4 2s are 8. So 4a is 8 and 3b is 9. So applying componendo, we get 4a upon 3b upon 3b. So 4a is what? 8. So here 8 and 3b is what? 9. So here 9, 8 plus 9 upon 3b 9, which gives us 17 upon 9. Or you can put directly these values and solve. Then also you will get the same answer. Sub question 2. 5a square plus 2b square upon 5a minus 2b square, where a upon b is already given, 2 upon 3. Now squaring both the sides. Why are we squaring? Because we have exponent in the expression. So a square upon b square is equal to squaring this also. 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So 4a square upon 2b square is equal to, now these two are the main terms here. So 5a square upon 2b, we get 5 into 4, because a square is 4, so is 20, and 2 into b square is 9 is 18. So 20 upon, so 5a square is 20 and 2b square is 18. Applying componendo and dividendo, we get, now if you look at this expression, this is componendo and dividendo. If we apply this, this is as a upon b and c upon d. So we will just substitute the values, 20 in the expression. So 5a is 20, 2b is 18, and same minus. 20 plus 18 is 38, 20 minus 18 is 2, is equal to 19. Third one, a cube upon b cube upon b cube, a upon b is 2 upon, now here exponents is cube, so cubing both the sides here. So a cube upon b cube is equal to 2 cube upon 3 cube, 2 into 2 into 2, 8, and 3 into 3 into 3 is 27. So by componendo, we get a cube upon plus b cube upon b cube. Just substitute the values, 8 plus 27 upon 27, 35 upon 27 is the answer. Come to question number 8, sub question 4. 7b minus 4a upon 7b plus 4a. Applying invertendo, we get. Now we are applying invertendo. Here we have got as a upon b is equal to 2 upon 3, it is given. So we will invert it. Why? Because in expression first is b. In numerator it is b and denominator is a. So invertendo we get, and here also we will multiply numerator with 7 and denominator with 4. So 7b upon 4a, so 7 into 3, value of b is 3 and value of a is 2. So 7 into b is 21 and 4 into a is 8. So applying componendo dividendo, we get same expression will write, just put the values, 21 plus 8 upon 21 minus 8, 29 upon 13. Now again we will, as this is componendo dividendo, we will invertendo, applying invertendo we get, so we will invert this expression, so we will get 7b minus 4a upon 7b plus a. That is, we got the answer 29 upon 13. It will be changed to 13 upon 29. Question 9. If A, B and C and D are in proportion, then prove that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Now when A, B, C and D are in proportion, then A upon B is equal to C upon D is equal to K. So now A is equal to BK. Now A is equal to B will be multiplied with K, and then C will be is equal to D will be multiplied with K, so DK. Now left hand side will substitute wherever there are variable A and C with BK and DK. So we are taking left hand side of the expression only. So left hand side 11A square plus 9AC upon 11B square plus 9BD. Now we will just substitute the values of A and C in the expression. So A is BK square. So here A and C. A is BK and C is DK. And then we will solve. So here after substituting we will just write down BK square as B square into K square and 9BD. So BDK square upon 11B square plus 9BD. Now here if you look at, we can take out the common factor here in the numerator. B is common and K square is common. So BK square into bracket leftover terms B 11B and 9D upon, now look into the denominator here also we can take the common factors, that is B, right. So B will be the common factor, 11B plus 9D we have got. So 11B plus 9B will get cancelled. So what is left is BK square upon B, which is equal to K square. So this will get cancelled, B and B. So what is left is K square. So this is expression left hand side. Now right hand side. Now expression of right hand side is A square plus 3AC plus upon B square 3B. Now A is, we have seen, BK and C is DK. Now substitute A value as BK square because it is A square plus 3 into A is BK and C is DK upon B square, we do not know, so 3 into B into D. Now here BK square we can write as B square K square plus, when we multiply this, B into D into K square upon B square upon denominator will be the same. Next step would be BK square will be common factor, B and B here and K square here into bracket leftover terms B plus 3D upon, here again we will take common factor in the denominator B plus 3D, this gets cancelled, numerator and denominator. What is left is B upon BK square upon B, BB gets cancelled, so we let it is K square. So left hand side also we got K square and right hand side also we got K square. So we have proved that left hand side is equal to right hand side. Now question 9, 2. Root A square plus 5C square upon B square, this is equal to A upon B. Now we know that A is equal to BK and C is equal to DK from question number 1. So we will solve left hand side only first. So A square will substitute with BK square and C square as 5 into DK square upon B square plus 5D square. So here we will find out the square, B square K square plus 5D square K square upon B square plus 5D square denominator. Then we will find common factor, which is only K square, leftover terms B square and 5D into the bracket upon B square plus 5D square. And B square plus 5D square gets cancelled. What is left is root K square and square root k square is equal to k. This is expression 1. Now I will take right hand side. Right hand side is a upon b. So a is what? Bk. Bk upon b. bb gets cancelled. What is left is k. So expression 1 and expression 2 both we have got k, that is left hand side is equal to right hand side. Hence proved. Sub question 3. Now this also we have to prove left hand side is equal to right hand side. A is equal to bk and c is equal to dk. Substitute wherever there is a and b with ak and bk and dk. So here left hand side expression, this plus this, a square bk square ab bk into b. We do not know the value of b, so we will write only substitute a as bk and b as it is, b square as it is. So a square is bk square and ab is minus ab is bk and b square. Now you find the square of bk, it is b square k square. Now here b into b is b square and this k as it is, then b square as it is. Now here b square k square minus b into b is b square k plus b square. Now here if you look at this three terms, b square is common factor, so bk out of the bracket, k square plus k plus 1. Nothing is left, this is taken common factor, so we have to write as 1 always. Here also b square common factor, k square plus k plus 1. Now b square gets cancelled, so this is the expression left on left hand side when we solved it. Now right hand side, c square plus cd square, substitute c square with dk square. So when we solve this whole expression, here we get again common factor here d square, k square plus k plus 1, d square, k square minus k plus 1. So d square gets cancelled, so this is the expression. So here you look, both the expressions are same. So left hand side from 1 and 2, left hand side is equal to right hand side, and this is the expression given. Now question 10. If a, b, c are in continued proportion, then prove that. We have to prove this. When a, b, c are in continued proportion, a upon b is equal to b upon c is equal to k. Now a is equal to bk and b is equal to ck. Now we will substitute b into a is equal to bk as ck. So a is also equal to ck square. So a will be having two values, bk as well as ck square, and b is only ck. So left hand side we will substitute the values. Left hand side is a upon 2b, a plus 2b. Then a will substitute as ck square upon a, ck square plus 2 into b is ck. Now when we solve this, ck square upon ck square plus 2, here we can take common factor 2, c and k. ck is common. Now here left is k inside the bracket, and c is common factor and k is common factor, left is 2. So ck square upon ck into bracket k plus 2, cc is gone and 1k is gone. So ck is gone, so left in the numerator is k upon k plus 2. Now the second expression, a minus 2b upon a minus 4c. Sorry. So a is ck square here, and 2 into b is ck upon a is ck square minus 4c. So c and c will get cancelled, and common factor we have taken here. So leftover terms k minus 2 and k square minus 4. c will get cancelled. Now k into k minus 2 upon k square minus 4. If you look at k square minus 4, it is like when we solve a plus b and a minus b, we get a square minus b square. So this is k square minus 4, right, which is 2 square. So numerator will be k into bracket k minus 2, and this will split it as a plus b and a minus b, that is k minus 2 and k plus 2. So k minus 2 gets cancelled. So k upon k plus 2. So if you look at the left hand side expression answer and right hand side, it is k upon k plus 2. Left hand side is equal to right hand side. Let's come to question number 10. Sub question 2. Now here we know that a is bk, a is also c square, ck square, and b is ck. So left hand side here, b upon b plus c. So b is ck and b is ck plus c, we do not know. So we'll just take common factor here, c, nothing is left, so 1 we have to write. So ck is what? Here cc gets cancelled here. So now left is k upon k plus 1. Now right hand side expression a minus b upon a minus c. So a is ck square minus ck upon ck square minus c. So ck will be common factor, leftover terms are k minus 1 upon c will be common factor k square minus 1. So cc will get cancelled, and here again we'll split this as k square minus 1 as a plus b and a minus b, right here. So k plus 1 and k minus 1, k minus 1 gets cancelled, so k upon k plus 1. Left hand side and right side is equal. Question 11. Solve this if x is equal to 0. Now here if you look at this, it is quadratic equation, x square, x and the number. So we might get two values for x. So if we are taking it as 0, if x is equal to 0, then let us see, substituting x's with 0, we get the answer as 42 upon 58, and here when we substituted, we have got 3 upon 2, because 0 multiplied by 2 is 0 and 0 multiplied by any number is always 0. So 3 upon 2. So left hand side is not equal to right hand side. So x is equal to 0 is not the solution of the given equation. Now let us see this. A upon b is equal to a upon b m, where m is not. Now here we are taking expression second, we are multiplying it with negative 6x, because here both numerator and denominator, they are divisible by 6. So we are taking it as negative 6. So this is a, supposing if this is a, this is b, this is c, this is d. So we are multiplying this expression with negative 6. Now by theorem of equal ratios, a upon b is equal to c upon d, a plus c upon b plus c. We are adding the numerators. So we'll add this, and we'll add this and this. So when we add, no signs will be changed. Now we open the bracket here, copy the same. 6x into 2x is 12x, and minus 6 and this 3 is 18, and this expression will copy as it is. Again open the bracket, 6 3 is 18, negative 18, and 6 2 is 12x, negative. Now opposite terms we can cancel here in numerators, positive negative gets cancelled. What is left is 42 upon, in the denominator negative and positive 18 gets cancelled, 12 and this gets cancelled, what is left is 58. So 21 upon 29. Now k is equal to 21 upon 29. We need to solve it further using this value. Now we'll take the second expression, that is 2x plus 3 upon 3x plus 2 is equal to k, which is equal to 21 upon 29. So this will go there, this will go there. So we need to find the value of x. So 21 into this 29 upon 2x plus 3. This into this is 63. This into this is 42. This into this is 58. This into this is 87. So bring x's to the left hand side. 63 minus 58 is equal to 87 minus 42. 5x is equal to 45. X is equal to 9. So x is equal to 9 is the solution of the given equation. Question 12. If this is equal, then prove that every ratio is x upon y. So let these expressions is equal to k. So a upon b is equal to am upon bm, where x is not equal but m is equal to minus 3. If you look in the expression, here they have got 3, here they have got 3. This expression doesn't have 3. So this expression will multiply it by minus 3. So this will copy as it is. This is multiplying this with minus 3 and this x plus 3 upon 2x. So a upon b plus c upon d plus e upon f. We'll add all the 3 expressions. So 2x plus this, numerators we'll add, denominators we'll add. So now you open the bracket, same we'll copy. 3 into z is minus 3z, minus into minus is plus 3y. This will copy as it is. Then 3z then like terms will get cancelled. 3y and negative and positive gets cancelled. Negative and positive gets cancelled. Leftover terms are 2x and x here, and here also like opposite terms gets cancelled. 3z and minus 3z and 3x minus 3x. So here this is the expression y plus 2y. Now here 2x plus x is 3x and y plus 2y is 3y. 3 gets cancelled, so x upon y. Therefore each ratio is x upon y. This is what we need to prove. Let's come to question 13. If this expression is given, then prove that x upon a is equal to x upon b is equal to x upon z upon, x upon a is equal to y upon b is equal to z upon c. Now we have to solve this and get this answer. Okay. So first of all we'll solve this to get the value of k. So this expression is equal to k. By theorem of equal ratios we'll add all the numerators and denominators. Adding them we get 2ax, 2by and 2cz, 2a square plus 2b square plus 2cz. Common factor 2 both in numerator and denominator. So 2 gets cancelled. Now we got k is equal to ax plus by plus cz and a square plus b square plus c square. Now this value of k will compare with each expression. Right? So this with this, this with this and this with this. Now ax plus by, k is equal to this, which is equal to by plus cz plus b square plus c square. Now here if we consider this by alternando, we get ax plus by plus cz minus alternando, then this was here alternando. Here by dividendo we get this expression minus this expression upon the same, right? So here by alternando this will go there and this will come here. And now by dividendo we will solve, that is ax square. Now we are taking this left hand side of the expression, right? So ax plus by plus cz minus by plus cz upon by plus cz. And now c upon d will solve by dividendo, that is right hand side a square plus b square plus c square minus b square upon b square plus c square. Now left hand side we have got the answer after opening the bracket. Ax opposite terms will get cancelled and leftover term will be, this is also cancelled, cz. Now leftover term is only ax upon by plus cz. Now this is right hand side. This is also, when we open the bracket, a square plus b square plus c square, you open the bracket with opposite signs. So minus b square and minus c square. Terms with opposite sign gets cancelled. What is left is a square upon b square plus c square. This is right hand side. So this is left hand side and this is right hand side. Now if you look at these are two answers. Now by alternando, this will come here and this will go there. So ax upon a square is equal to by plus cz upon this. So x upon a, this will get cancelled. X upon a is equal to by plus c square upon this. Now this we have proved for first expression. Now we will prove it for second expression. Second expression is cz plus ax plus cz. Now constant value we will take k as it is, and second expression we will take. Then we will take k and third expression we will take. So by alternando, this will go there, this will come here. So ax plus by plus cz upon this. Now by dividendo, now we are taking only left hand side to solve first, then right hand side. So by dividendo we get this minus this upon this, right? And right hand side also this minus this upon this, a square plus b square and this. Continue with the same question, question 13, left hand side. Now we will open the bracket here, we get ax by cz, same, this will change to opposite, minus z and minus ax, minus z and minus ax. And same way right hand side, a square, b square, c square will write as it is, and minus c square and minus a square. Now opposite terms will get cancelled in the numerator, ax, negative ax, cz, negative cz. Leftover term is by upon cz plus ax, and here also b square upon c square plus a square. Now by alternando we will bring this here, this will go there. So by upon b square is equal to cz plus ax upon c square plus a square. Now bb will get cancelled, y upon b is equal to cz plus ax upon c square plus a. Now this is the middle term we have got. Third term also we can prove it similarly by taking this value k is equal to the third term, that is, so we will directly write down. Similarly we can prove z upon c is equal to ax plus by upon a square plus b square given in the expression. So from 1, 2 and 3 we get x upon a, we have got x upon a, then x upon y upon b and z upon c. Y upon b we have got, previous page we have seen, we have got x upon a and z upon c, hence proved. That's all, and we are finished with the problem set 4. Wait for my next video for the next chapter. Till then, bye.